right, so today we're making our Thanksgiving dessert, which is pumpkin swirl cheesecakes, and they're individual cheesecakes, which makes them nice too. Automatic portion control. So we've got a muffin pan, and then I'm putting cupcake liners in them. Valentine's Day cupcake liners because I buy them on clearance after Valentine's Day, and I don't seem to have any Thanksgiving ones. And then for the crust, we're using Ginger Snaps cookies, which they're kind of flat. They've got a really strong ginger taste, which is delicious with the pumpkin spice cheesecake. They're a little big, so what I'm doing is I'm putting them in, and they won't go all the way to the bottom. Hey! Somebody ate one! But then I'm just going to kind of push them down and break them a little bit so that they can go into the bottom of the cupcake pan, because that's our crust for these cupcakes. People should not eat things that we're cooking with. All right. Oh, that one's not broken down. There we go. So they're all in the bottom of the muffin pan and ready to go. So I'm going to set that aside and work on the batter. So this is going to use 2 packages of cream cheese. And I'm not much for name brands, but I really do like the Philadelphia better than the Walmart brand. Normally, I am just all about the, go generic, it's cheaper, but some things I really do want to use name brand, and one of them is the cream cheese. So we're going to use both of them. I let them sit out for an hour or so they'd soften up a little bit. If you pull the edges, and then there's this middle part, and you can just spread those apart really easily, obviously, and open it up all the way, then the cream cheese just comes out so easily. And then we're also going to put in 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, which I forgot to get out. 1.5 teaspoons. Make sure you're looking at the right thing. Make sure you're not confusing teaspoons with tablespoons. So I need 2 of, or one of each of these. So there's my 1. Ooh. And 2. And good thing I've already bought another one of those. And then what else? Beet cream. This is one of those do as I say, not as I do moments, because I should have looked and I wanted to beat the cream cheese first for about 4 minutes and then add stuff. All right, so what we're going to do here is soften the cream cheese up more, get it fluffier. Still running? All right, so while that's going on, I'm going to get some other things ready. I need 2 eggs. Okay, that's been about 4 minutes now. And now we can move on. We've already got the vanilla extract. It's time to add sugar. And I've already measured out the sugar. And full disclosure, I ran out of regular granulated sugar, so I'm using kind of a combination of 2 other sugars. And let's see, so add the sugar, vanilla, and salt. Continue beating until smooth. And we need a pinch of salt. And a pinch of salt is actually pretty easy. It's what you would think. It's the amount that you can pinch between your thumb and your forefinger. So it ends up being about this much. Not very much, but enough. So we're going to mix that in. And then we're going to add the eggs one at a time and mix those in. So I'm just going to pour 1 egg in. And we want to mix it just until those eggs are blended. So, and I'm also going to take a moment here to scrape down the beater. It occurs to me now that I meant to show you how to make this with the hand mixer that we have at school and that I know a lot of you have at home. But you know, that's okay. Phew. And then I'm going to put my other egg in and mix that well. You really don't want to over mix at this point because it will make the protein stronger from the eggs and the dairy in the cream cheese, and it will make the cheesecakes crack on top. So you really just want to get it until it's mixed all the way through. Okay, and now we're going to put about 2/3 of a cup of batter into a separate bowl so that we can mix in some pumpkin. So let me get a bowl and get 2/3 cup, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've cleaned up a little bit and I've got a separate bowl here. We're going to take about 2/3 of a cup of batter. Doesn't have to be specific, but I'm going to scoop it up and pour it in there. So there's 1/3 and then 2/3. I'm not even going to worry about scraping it out or anything like that. This is not one of those things where it really needs to be exact. And then we're going to take 2/3 of a cup of pumpkin puree. And what puree means is it's just been cooked and then blended until it's smooth. There's nothing added to this. It is just pumpkin. And that's what you want. Sometimes they sell a pumpkin pie mix that you just shake the can, open it up, and pour it into a pie crust. You do not want that. You want the pumpkin puree. Okay, 100% pure pumpkin. So I'm going to spoon that into my 1/3 measuring cup, kind of push it down so there's no air bubbles. And remember, this is going to be easier for me to level off in here rather than in a liquid measuring cup. So I'm just going to scrape off that extra. There we go, got rid of that extra. And now that goes in with the cheesecake mixture. And then we're going to add some flour and some spices. Not a lot of flour, just 2 1/4 teaspoons. 2 1/4 teaspoons. See, it's always good to double check. Teaspoon, teaspoon, and straight edge. So 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, and then 1/4, which is not very much. Don't forget that straight edge. And then a little bit of cinnamon and ginger and nutmeg. So let's see, cinnamon I need a half a teaspoon of. Half. And again, that straight edge right over the top. 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. Sometimes they'll have these little shaker things. Just get on your fingernail or your thumbnail underneath and peel it off. But make sure you put it back because you never know when you're going to want to just pour out of this. Okay, so 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. And 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg, which isn't very much. And I like to grind my own nutmeg or grate it. Nutmeg is basically a nut, or not really a nut, but I guess a nut. So I've got this and I just grate it on till it's about 1/8 teaspoon. But you can buy this already ground in the store. This is just a little bit fresher. That's about right. And then we're going to mix these all together until it's all smooth and one color. Really scrape around the edges of the bowl and on the bottom. And I think I'm there. It all looks one color. I don't see any real lumps here. So we're ready to go. So the next direction is direction 6, or direction 5. It says transfer, nope. Direction 6. Divide the plain batter among the muffin cups, about 2 generous tablespoons in each. Then divide the pumpkin batter. So we can put that pumpkin batter aside. And I forgot to put that back on. So then, and I'm just going to use this, which is already got cheesecake mixture in, and we want to fill it about halfway full. So I've got some in all the muffin tins, but I can see like this one is pretty low, so I'm going to add some more. There's another one that looks really low, so I'm going to add some more. You just kind of want to put it in there evenly. And you can rubber scraper out the bowl and do that also. And now we're going to put just about a small spoonful-ish of this. And again, we're going to divide it out evenly. So it's easier to add more as I go along than to take some out. So I'm not adding too much quite yet. Remember, these are called pumpkin swirl cheesecakes, and we're going to show you in just a minute where that swirl comes in and how easy it is to do it. I always end up making a mess on the pan. So I've got extra here, so I'm going to start adding it into the other cups. Going back, because I do want to use it all. This is good stuff. I'd hate to leave some in the pan or in the bowl. Always making a mess. Okay, you ready for the magic? The magic happens with a table knife. That's all it is. You stick it down and you kind of stir it around a little bit, and that's how you get that swirl in. It's that easy. And you want it to kind of swirl in there, so don't stir for too much, okay? You just want a little swirl. I'm kind of lifting up from the bottom as I'm swirling. So if you stir it too much, you're going to lose that swirl. Okay. Now I'm going to clean this up a little bit right now because otherwise it burns on and it's a pain to get off. And this goes in the oven at 350 degrees for 18 to 20 minutes. And then we'll check them then. Okay, so these just came out of the oven. They baked for 18 minutes. And the way you know they're done is when you kind of shake the pan back and forth and they're not super jiggly. And these are not. They are good and ready to go. Now, here's the thing. You want to make sure to make these the day ahead of time because they need to cool down completely. Think about cheesecake. You eat it cold and it's stored in the refrigerator. So we're going to let these cool completely, and then we're going to put them in the refrigerator, and then they'll be ready to eat tomorrow. As they cool, they are going to sink down. They won't be, if they puffed up, they're going to sink, and that's okay. They're supposed to do that, so don't worry about that. But this is pumpkin swirl cheesecake. It's a great dessert for Thanksgiving, especially if you have just a few people, or if you need a change up from pumpkin pie, or if you have a lot of people and you need another pumpkin option. So enjoy. And next time we're recording, we'll be making a bunch of Christmas food gifts, fudge, and everybody's favorite tiger butter.